Okay, welcome everyone. One moment. We are getting everything set up. We are going to actually just do an update here. We're not going to go very big into this. I'm just going to give you guys a casual update on Hurricane Erin as things are looking interesting as of right now. Hurricane Erin has actually weakened a lot. And you might be like, wait, what happened? This was a Category 5 not even 2 days ago. And yeah, we all know. So basically what has happened here is we had wind shear that completely shredded the once was Category 5 Hurricane Erin. Now we're looking more like at a weekend Category 2 to a strong 1. But there is a thing that it's not all over for this storm just yet. This is likely to come back. And the question is, could it do rapid intensification again today? So, good morning, good morning. I hope you guys are new. Please like and subscribe. Let's get ourselves, we are 619 subscribers. Let's get to 620 subscribers. I just need one more. All right. But this is Hurricane Erin here. I do have work around 11, but I wanted to give you guys some information. I did wake up a little late, so I should be good tonight to stream quite a bit as Hurricane Erin should start to strengthen. All right. So this is Hurricane Erin here, and this is a very large still and powerful hurricane. Erin is now moving west-northwest to the west right now. Actually, not really. It's kind of moving northwest right now. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe. We are trying to get ourselves to 1,000 subscribers. But the main thing is the watch time. One moment. Good morning, good morning. Welcome, everyone. This is Hurricane Erin as of the morning. So look at that. The Bahamas right here still getting some feeder bands and outer bands of this. This is a still large and powerful hurricane as we got the outflow trying to get a little bit better. You can tell it's still restricted on a lot of the quadrants. We're not seeing what we saw when this was a Category 5 hurricane. Mike sounds good today. I wonder, I never put the mic on. I never got time to do that. The trough is probably not going to miss a storm, but it's starting to move west-northwest. It's actually still going west of the cone. Interesting. We'll take a look at that. So right here, this is Hurricane Erin. You could tell this is the low level. It's kind of moving west-northwest right now, even a little bit north. But this should actually start taking a westward jog as most of the models do show a westward big-time jog. That questions me on how far west it will go and stuff. So this is the overview of the true color. This is Florida, this is Georgia, South Carolina, and the Outer Banks. If this just went north, this will miss but still bring impacts to Carolinas. If this, I wish I had the pen, this is why. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe. Let's get ourselves to 620 subscribers. So if this started going west-northwest, even west, this is going to actually, yeah, maybe. I need one moment. We're going to be able to tell here. It could start to make that northern jog. You can tell the low-level center is now almost exposed. Yeah, it is maybe moving west-northwest now. This should honestly start to move a westward motion in the next couple hours. What do you expect? She hit the Carolinas. She won't hit the Carolinas. If anything, I think this will get awfully close with impacts. Yeah, I did not see it was moving west. It's moving northwest right now. It's not moving west-northwest right now. The shear is slowly relaxing on it, but we do have some issues here. If we look at the water vapor here, we had actually, with that wind shear, had a lot of dry air seep into the center here. So this is honestly going to struggle to reform, even in the good waters. Yeah. That's most likely what it's going to do. Let's get ourselves to 10 likes. But you can tell there is some still wind shear and dry air. This is getting a little bit, this will be getting into a better environment. And I do expect by tonight when we stream, this will look a lot better than the morning. But the question is, how fast can this recover? Because there was a significant amount of wind shear that actually teared the center apart. There is now confirmed no eye wall anymore. So the core has really weakened dramatically. It's still a hurricane, but it's going to have a, we're going to get into it. Look at it, still 961. Yeah, it is actually moving west-northwest right now. It's starting to move that west-northwest. We're going to have to keep an eye on this. We still got winds up to 85 knots. That's only 95 to 100 miles an hour. This is probably now only, this is probably just borderline category 2 at this point. This might make it a category 1. We are just going to have to wait and see here. They are going to have another center pass over this. Mesoscale, this is the mesoscale. This is pretty weak at this point. There's not that much this storm is doing right now. Why is that? Is when we take a look at Mike's weather page. Well, I'm also looking at comments here. If you look, your steering currents, the ridge is building back in the trough at this moment. It's missing the storm. Yeah, this actually could go a little bit more west, and I do think we could see that as of later tonight. We could see that west-northwest is also very interesting. We got a new invest out there. We got invest 99L. We're going to have to take a look at that. This is the shear. Okay, this is not really good on it. This is kind of, this should start to change. We should start to see actually the outflow take over. And what I'm saying is these lines are penetrating now just to like northwest. We should start to see that actually go north of the storm and actually start pointing like what's over Florida over the storm. That's called a cyclonic flow. How quickly does that happen will allow thunderstorms to grow and the environment to get into better organizing. There is some things on with how big the wind field is on what's going to happen, seriously, because the upper steering flow here, this is that cyclonic flow. So basically what we have here is this cyclonic flow here is going to try and get over the storm to help let this breathe. While we got a building actually ridge to the north. So here it is. These arrows right here is pulling the storm to the west. Also, this ridge right here is also trying to push it to the west. So we could actually see a significant westward motion by tonight and tomorrow. This could be actually moving more of a westward motion. And I do think that is possible. Question is, how west does it go? Those are questions to be determined. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe and share. We are once again trying to get ourselves a little bit higher. We have hit now 620 subscribers. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. We are not getting as much watch time, people. I think that's because of the thumbnail. but we'll figure that out later on, before I stream tonight. But this is that ridge here. This is the flow. So we do expect maybe a west-northwest motion. And it's a little interesting because a lot of the... What do we see here? The National Hurricane Center's cone, it doesn't show that west-northwest movement. This is the areas. We have a 30-30 now, and we have a 10 and 60. We're going to have to wait and see. This is the cone. They do expect a casual northwest movement, and this to become back to a major hurricane. It is now but there is tropical storm watches are possible, and I do think this could go a little bit closer on the outside end of this cone, but we're gonna have to wait and see on that. 110 moving northwest at 7. This should start to move west-northwest in the future there. Okay, let's take a look at some of the modeling here. So this is your GFS. Let's get the southeast here. This is your GFS. And it does expect now it to start strengthening by 2 p.m. We're going to have to see if that does happen. And then generally it kind of keeps it pretty weak into 8 o'clock. But once 8 o'clock hits, look at that. You see how it's moving like north right now? Then we start going west-northwest. And then even a more west-northwest for quite a few hours. And this gets... Let's say this hour and it goes west-northwest again, we're going to get much closer. And there it is. We do actually get down to a 939 millibar storm again. So it is possible that this can get back to Category 3 and Category 4. We'll take a look at that, Justin. We'll take a look at that. Just give me a moment. Look at that. And then this kind of moves out. But it does show strengthening. Why does it show strengthening? Is because of the winds. We do expect, as of right now, there is still penetrating wind shear to the northwest. And you can tell by the next run, there is some still. But we are starting to get that cyclonic flow and less wind shear as the day go on today. And then we actually see things to really help. At this point, there's not really that much wind shear by later on this afternoon, and then boom, by tonight, this does start to develop where we have winds blowing outwards on pretty much all quadrants, especially the northern side, and this does get better and better, and at this point, we don't really have any shear penetrating the system. We're going to have to see how this continues to show, and also the dry air here, because right now, there is clearly some dry air into the thanks to the shear. GFS is actually doing good on actually the dry air and wind shear part of it. So we could see some development back into a major hurricane. We do see some dry air here and even more significant at this point. But this quickly washes itself out as this begins to develop. And then you could tell a very strong Category 3, Category 4 hurricane is most likely to bring some marginal impacts. That's the latest on the GFS. The Euro here, 6Z, shows kind of the same thing. Some dry air inhibiting the development. We're about at a 950. I don't think this is going to strengthen crazy anytime soon, but it does show 949, 947, 934. It does show it to start strengthening into a Category 5 hurricane on the 6Z. It looks like it wants to show a Category 5 hurricane. I don't know if I can trust this by 11 a.m. tomorrow if this does do that. We're going to have to wait if we do see rapid intensification tonight. I do not think, but we'll have to wait and see, and then it does casually go up the East Coast as a major hurricane. So let's look at we already looked at the dry air. Let's look at the 200 millibar wind shear here. And there is some penetrating wind shear right now. You see these arrows? These arrows are penetrating the northwest side. And this does expect to, as the night goes on, to become a cyclonic outflow. How quickly does that happen will depend on how quickly this storm can recover. I could see, once again, a rapid intensification. But look here on the Euro. This is some very good cyclonic flow. Very good breathing. And also, we do have very warm, significant waters. So this could easily try and go back into a very strong storm. We take a look at the NAM 32 km. As we take a look here. And let's take a look at right here. Boom. Look at that. Some penetrating wind shear, and this does get a little bit better as we get to the north. It does struggle to intensify. Actually, I can actually agree more with the NAM here. And then you can see a very good cyclonic flow by 8 a.m. tomorrow. So this storm should strengthen tonight. And for that, you guys, I'm going to try and get the... I'm going to try and get a new thumbnail, get this fixed up, and then we are going to be live tonight. It's going to take a little bit, but we're going to be live pretty long tonight if this does become the reality. I would like to see how quickly this storm can recover from itself. This is 30 hours out. Look at that. Boom. We actually do head back into a pretty strong Category 4 hurricane now on the models. So that's pretty significant that the models are showing that. But we're going to have to wait and see on that. But for that being said, I'm not going to keep you guys on too long because we do have some things I have to do. It's kind of moving northwest right now. We could actually see this move west-northwest. Looks like in the last few frames that is starting that. So we could actually start seeing a major westward track in the next few hours also. And actually, let's look at Zoom Earth. Actually, right now, Justin, this is not outside the cone. It could. Yeah, I don't see that. I personally think what's going to happen is it will get outside the cone. But I don't think it's just going to go northwestward like the National Hurricane Center shows. I do think the track will continue to shift, in my opinion, though. That's what I'm seeing here on the latest. Then we have another system. We're not going to really talk about that in this video because I do have to go and kind of get ready. But we're going to have to see how things go tonight. I'll talk to you guys tonight. All right. See you guys in the next live stream. Hope you guys enjoy and like. Please like and subscribe and share this with your friends and family. No, you're good, Justin. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Rest of your day.